choice, gas or electric. Acres is your home for steel products and service. Offer expires April 30, 2024. Subject to approved credit by John Deere Financial.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today. At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now, through April 28th, enjoy Duroc St. Louis spare ribs for $5.99 per pound, USDA Choice Tomahawk ribeyes for $14.99 per pound, fresh pork belly for $2.99 per pound, and Fairway's Hickory Smoked Bacon for $4.99 per pound. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Hello? Hello?
Believe it or not, old phones are one of the most common pain points in offices today. Many of these phones are beyond repair because parts aren't available to fix outdated devices. Whether it's a traditional phone system or cloud-based VoIP technology, Hamilton Business Phones can help upgrade your connection. We make it easy to sync your office phone with yourself for seamless call handling, no matter where you work. If your current office phone can't do this, you deserve better. Hire your local experts. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
At Doane University, we build leaders, and that means your success and achievements come first.
At Doane University, your future is uniquely yours, and our world-class liberal arts education is just the beginning.
We invite you to schedule your campus visit and experience why Doane University will start you on your journey to your future career.
Learn more by scheduling your personal campus visit today at doane.edu/visit. See you soon.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe. This is On the Block with Strick and Austin. Nebraska Basketball Hall of Famer and 9-year NBA vet, Erick Strickland.
Strickland for 3! He's going to go out of here as the Big 8 tournament champion.
Middle school basketball coaching legend and Duke basketball shooting coach in his mind, Austin Orman. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Presented by NEBCO. This is On the Block with Strick and Austin.
Thanks for being with us on a beautiful Tuesday here in the capital city. I'm Austin Norman, joined by Husker Hall of Famer, 9-year NBA vet, man living his best life, Erick Strickland.
That's a fact.
Sun's shining.
Yes.
Not even
Another
Frankie Fiddler
day,
committing Michigan State can bring us down.
Another hobby. Yeah, man. It's just sad that it's another B West product that's going out of the state. Let me just say Omaha product. I still...
But specifically Bell West.
But yeah. It's just disappointing. And you've got to figure out why. What are you missing? How can you keep them? And how can you win the game? It's just so much now that's involved when you're talking about money.
Yeah.
So it's just these dynamics have just literally shifted in a whole different manner that I can't fully grasp or understand totally. But I can understand you wanting to go somewhere and play. But I really do believe you have to have a sense of total awareness about what your game is, what you want to accomplish, and where you're trying to go, right?
Mm.
Because at the end of the day, anybody can throw money your way. But if it's not a good fit, if the style doesn't play to your strength, if there's somebody else that came into that space, just happens to be better than you. So there can be a lot of frustration, because I can even tell you that it's not fun, even if you have the money. It's not fun sitting on just a terrible organization, bench, coach, and staff. It's a miserable feeling. So I think you want to get a balance of that. Try to figure out what the number is for you that makes you feel comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily what the most amount is, because just think about that. A lot of people go and work jobs where they'll leave their support system. They'll go to another state. Yes, the money, but then what you don't realize is, okay, here in Iowa or here in Nebraska, you're getting 150,000. Your standard of living is different.
Mm-hmm.
You go to New York, yeah, you get 300,000, but the prices of everything is astronomically higher. So you think you're getting more money, but you're getting probably more misery, because you would have probably been living a less stressful life here without all the, the extras that you have to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's not about the money.
You hope it's never about the money, except
Not
for
totally.
Not totally, because it does have to be a factor, right? Maybe money is, all things being equal, if you can get more from one place versus the other, sure, it can be a determining factor. But Strick, to me, the bigger picture is, I think it's a better fit on the basketball court for Frankie Fiddler at Michigan State, just given the way Nebraska's rosters come together. Michigan State is missing wings. So I think Frankie Fiddler can step in and fill a void there. Hard to knock a guy for wanting to go and get coached by Tom Izzo.
Oh, yeah.
Who's one of the best to ever do it, and top 15 coach of all time, I would say. Obviously, a step up in competition into the Big Ten would have been at Nebraska too. But Michigan State has a lot going for it. So I don't think it's just as simple as Nebraska has nothing going for it. I'm going to give Michigan State some credit with this one for keeping a spot open and finding a role for this young man.
Yeah, no question. And you're getting something that's, for the most part, is consistency.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he's had some struggles against some certain teams in the non-con and maybe in conference, but his numbers are pretty consistent. I mean, he's played 94 total games. In his career, he's averaging 16 points. He averaged 20 last year.
Mm-hmm.
And he averages about 6 rebounds, about 2.5 assists. So it's pretty consistent, because it was like that from his freshman year. They were kind of right in the same, range. 45% from 2, 35% from 3, 85% from the line. His effective field goal percentage is 50. So everything across the board, other than extra 5 minutes per game, pretty much the same. So you're getting a pretty consistent player. I think this may help him, because he's not going to be required to do what he does at Omaha.
Right.
So he can kind of just allow things to come to him, still be himself, but you don't have that same pressure to be that guy when, there's probably going to be others around you.
We talked about it in a Nebraska basketball sense with a guy like Bryce Williams, right? Who, with the addition of a Worcester, even Ulis, maybe if he, plays, taking some of the ball handling responsibilities off his plate, giving him the opportunity just to focus on finishing plays. Yeah, Frankie wasn't the point guard at Omaha, but he created a lot of what it was he did for himself. So we know Michigan State has guards. They've got a lot of them. Even with Walker gone and Hogard gone, they've got Holloman, they've got Akins, some other guys in that mix as well who've been there already. So I think I like this for Frankie Fiddler too, because he can just focus on putting the ball in the basket, getting out in transition, and rebounding, which are things he's already done pretty darn well in his career.
Yeah, great point. That's the way I see it too. This is a good look for him,
mm-hmm.
No doubt.
And Nebraska's also not being tied to the other guys in the transfer portal from the state of Nebraska. We did just see Latrell Wrightsell Jr. announce that he's going back to Alabama, but not a lot of smoke around Nebraska for Chucky Hepburn or even William Kyle at this point. But let's talk about Latrell Wrightsell Jr. here for a sec, Stricky. We mentioned it briefly at the end of Alabama's season, but I think it bears repeating. That's a young man who I don't think should have had to announce what the future was, right? In a different era, he probably doesn't, because he was the sixth man, thrived in that role. Sears likely after the NBA draft, Alabama losing some other guys to the transfer portal. Now's the time for him to step up, but he officially puts out the video. He's back. I'm excited to see what it is he can do for Alabama as more of a lead guy this year.
Absolutely. You could tell that they in some ways missed him. I mean, he hit some big shots in the tournament for them when he returned. I hate that the experience wasn't full and complete for him because of the injury, the concussion protocol he had to go through. But other than that, yeah, you've got to be looking at this as like this is my time. You know, we're looking to run it back. You know, maybe go a little bit further, do a little bit more, but it's your turn. I still am just, my mind gets boggled when I think about guys leaving when they're next up. It's one thing that just hurts my heart, man, just to see you fumble the opportunity that's literally laid out before you. Unless the coach, like my Don Nelson 1 year, man. This is what I'm saying. It's you've got to take the lessons learned and build off of them, because you just don't know what the soil's like at another place, right?
Right.
You know when you plant the seed here, what you're gonna get.
The same grass seed doesn't grow the same way in different climates.
Yeah.
It's just not how it works. Big thanks to Nebco for sponsoring the show. Check them out at nebcoinc.com. When we get back, Wade on the YouTube stream, we see ya. NBA playoffs, 2 missed opportunities, one for the Sixers and one for the Lakers. Who needed game 2 worse? Who's game 3 bigger for? We'll get to that and plenty more as we continue on the block.
The following is a test of the emergency alert system.
Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today. Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started. 93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you don't just get a great workout, you get a great perk out, because your membership is packed with perks. For $1 down and $24.99 a month, you'll get perks like access to any of our 2,400 clean and spacious locations. Bring a friend anytime and both work out, with tons of equipment that'll give you that big fitness energy. Relax in the Black Card spa and more. Work out and perk out with the PF Black Card. Join for just $1 down and $24.99 a month.
Hurry, this deal ends soon.
See Home Club for details.
Hey, baseball fans, join the Blur Tailgate at Hilton Omaha this June for our 12th annual hospitality event during the College Baseball Championship Series. Book an experience for your clients or employees with an inclusive bar, buffet, TVs, music, and tailgate games. Secure your spot today and let Blur Events take care of all the work so you can enjoy the day. Plus, we're just steps away from Charles Schwab Field. Visit blurevents.com to book your group, buy tickets, or learn about sponsorships. That's blurevents.com, your college baseball and football tailgate destination.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars, Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
High schoolers, unleash your creativity and learn about potential careers in broadcasting at the Digital Expressions Media Camp. Have fun, make friends, and get hands-on experience with video and radio production June 9th through the 14th at the University of Nebraska at Kearney. Scholarships are available from the Nebraska Broadcasters Association, and spots are limited. Learn more at digitalexpressionscamp.com. That's digitalexpressionscamp.com.
At Fairway Meat Market, your family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now, through April 28th, enjoy Duroc St. Louis spare ribs for $5.99 per pound, USDA Choice Tomahawk ribeyes for $14.99 per pound, fresh pork belly for $2.99 per pound, and Fairway's Hickory Smoked Bacon for $4.99 per pound. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
There's more time to save big at Bonsall Pool & Spa with their extended Double the Savings sales event. Now through April 30th, buyers can take advantage of up to $1,500 in savings when they purchase a new hot spring spa. Visit the Bonsall Pool & Spa showroom at 33rd and Pioneers or visit their website at www.bonsallpool.com to learn more about this hot sale. Act now because this offer ends April 30th. Bonsall Pool & Spa, every day made better.
Hello? Believe it or not, old phones are one of the most common pain points in offices today. Many of these phones are beyond repair because parts aren't available to fix outdated devices. Whether it's a traditional phone system or cloud-based VoIP technology, Hamilton Business Phones can help upgrade your connection. We make it easy to sync your office phone with your cell for seamless call handling, no matter where you work. If your current office phone can't do this, you deserve better. Hire your local experts. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Strick and Austin back with you talking some NBA playoffs. Wade on our YouTube stream, take your victory lap. My man, 10 straight wins for the Nuggets over the Lakers. Stricky, this might be the most heartbreaking one for the Lakers. I mean, yeah, they get beat, by the Nuggets when the Nuggets get their rings. And yeah, they get beat by the Nuggets last year and they make their run from the play-in tournament here. But Stricky, these Lakers were up 68-48 in the third quarter.
How much is that?
That's 20 points. That is 5-5-5-5. 5 times 4. 10 times 2. 20 points. And they blow it. And it wasn't all at once. It wasn't a big Denver lead. But it was possession by possession by possession. The Nuggets just picked them apart. Los Angeles would push the lead back to 5 after Denver got it within a possession. They'd push back to 4. But not enough to get it done at the end. Holy cow. If there's a game for the Lakers to win, Denver didn't play well.
Yeah.
Los Angeles got up 20.
Yeah.
And they still blew it. Series over.
Your boy.
My boy.
Yeah.
A. Foreman's boy.
A. Foreman's boy. So I pulled up another stat I wish I had when he was sitting in here. But the final 24 seconds of game clutch time. Out of 30 shots in the final 24 seconds of the game of any type of game, LeBron James is 11 for 30.
That ain't great.
It's 36.7%.
To be fair, that three-pointer he had hit everything except the bottom of the net.
But
it didn't go in.
My man.
It didn't go in.
The MJ discussion, in that same time frame, he has 18 shots, and he's a whopping 50% in clutch moments.
So he's scared. He's taken almost half as many shots. MJ's scared.
No.
LeBron's not. Is that what you're saying?
He didn't play that many years.
Now
It's
that
just when it mattered. LeBron is what? He's lost what, 8, 9, 10 championships.
He hasn't lost that many.
He's been there.
He made it 8 years in a row. Has he really?
Yeah.
Holy smokes. Got one in Miami, one in Cleveland,
He's
one
only
Los
got
Angeles.
3,
So he's
right?
3-8 then. Yeah. Dang.
When you dang, like Chris,
dang,
like what's his name? Kevin Hart. Dang. Yeah, that's crazy when you think about it. And then everybody makes excuses. It's the teams. It's the lack of this.
It's the refs.
It's the refs. When you are the greatest benefactor of Fulio ref calls in the history of the game, you combined are more than the second place, third place, and the fourth place shooting teams in free throws. But the irony of it all is now you want to complain to the refs. Stop the cap. Let's stop the madness and the mayhem, and let's move on from that one because that's some bull.
Was this more of a credit to the Nuggets for winning, or more of a mark against the Lakers for losing?
Listen, when your boy was needed, he came up big. Your boy Jokic. When your boy was struggling all game, like I think he was 4 for 20 something. I got it in here.
Murray was 3 for 16 entering the last 6 minutes of the fourth quarter.
Struggling. But boy, when it came up big, they still believed, and he hit a big one. But guess what? Right before that, what happened? Your boy had a chance to shut the front door.
Left it cracked. See, I'm more concerned about Anthony Davis, who
he didn't get but one
disappeared.
touch. He
disappeared in the fourth quarter.
That wasn't him, though. They didn't give him but one touch.
Is that LeBron or is that Darvin Ham?
I think it's all of them.
Because they said D'Lo played well.
They said Dinwiddie came in hijacking the rock.
Man only took one shot.
One shot in the fourth.
No, Dinwiddie only took one shot on the game.
Well, he's hijacking.
That ain't
the ball.
hijacking, Stricky.
Hijacking the ball. He wouldn't let him get the touches. It was a freeze out.
The bench took 6 shots for the Lakers in the game. AD was 14 of 15 and missed his last 4. He had 32 points to lead the Lakers. And then got cooked by Murray at the end of the game. Which, again, better off-ball, weak side protector than defender. But you mentioned Murray being cold. I mean, Jokic was the guy. Had like 120 touches that game. But he kept feeding Murray throughout the game. What a way to pay off, and maybe the best player in the NBA's faith in you, if you're Jamal Murray, to have that trust, to have that confidence if you're Nikola Jokic. That's chemistry, that's teamwork on display in a huge moment.
They know that's the thing. That's the one thing I've always talked about, man. When you go in the trenches with somebody, Austin, and you know how they move, you know how they respond, you know how they react, you know when they're in trouble. They've been through the fire now and came out on the other side. So I have to agree with you, though. It's a tremendous belief. They are the modern day Stockton Malone. They're just their combination of what they do it, how they do it, and what they believe in each other. It's a back and forth symphony of understanding between those two. And then you add in the Gordons and you add in the Porters, and they know too, but they have their own collective and individual chemistry with each other, and it's a beautiful thing to see.
Gordon and Porter might have had the biggest play of the night, though. The rebound by Gordon that Reeves is in position for, Gordon just bodies him. He's bigger than him, jumps over him, grabs it, manages to stay in bound. And then Porter just firing that the way he did with the hands in his face and hitting it to tie the game. That might have been the sequence that won it for Denver in the end.
Yeah. They're showing why they're who they are. Why they're champions and why you still have to go through them. I think the Lakers will go back home. They'll regroup. I think they'll get one. It might even be this next one. I think they'll get one. But I don't think it goes past
5.
I don't think it goes
6.
past 5.
Los Angeles has looked like the better team for good chunks of these first two games.
I don't think they got to show me a clutch gene.
Mm.
You got to show me that AD's not
Okay.
going to fall over when, he goes
He's
for a
breathed
rebound.
on.
You got to show me that, Austin Reeves and D'Lo can be consistent throughout a game without lulls.
Right.
And that LeBron can have a clutch gene.
Mm.
That's the only way they're going to win. Their clutch gene meter got to go way up.
And that's hard to just turn on or turn off. Speaking of, oh my goodness, 76ers. Could have had game one.
Yeah.
Let it slip. Should have had game two. Up 5 with 15, 16 seconds to go in your inbounding, I think. You give up a 3. You let them tie the game. And then I don't even know who to blame most for this one, Strick. I think the Sixers have more of a gripe with the refs. I mean, Brunson was holding on to Maxey there at the end, but the pass hit him in the hands. You got to catch it. Embiid, 12 of 29. I know he just got banged up, but 12 of 29?
Yeah, struggle.
Are you kidding me? Nick Nurse, calling the softest timeout instead of, running at a ref's face and screaming it to get it. So many people to blame for Philly. This series should be at least 1-1, but Philly majorly let that one slip.
Majorly let it slip. They've got some work to do. They got to get back to Philly, get back and make the right adjustments. But the recoveries I'm looking for is tonight. How are the Suns going to recover? And without Giannis, are the Bucks able to do something? And there was frustration last night for the first time in a while. Not last night, but the night before with the Mavericks. Kyrie, I could tell, was a little frustrated. It looked like Luka was trying to do a little more. It kind of like they got away from what they had done to get them to where they were, and it cost them because they played horribly. But who's gonna show up this game? Is it gonna be more competitive? So yeah, there's gonna be some interesting games coming up, especially tonight. I mean, it's like constant now, man. We're in the flow, we're in the roll. How's our boy doing?
Our boy?
Yeah. Martinez. Adrian.
I don't know.
Yeah. How's he doing?
I don't know.
I know he had the real big game not too long ago. Was it last week? He had a really big game.
Trying to find it here.
Yeah, in the UFL.
Yeah. What made you think of Adrian?
I don't know. It just popped in my head when I was just talking about it. I was like, oh man, that's right. We've got Adrian. What's he doing? I don't know. It just kind of popped up.
All right. Adrian has thrown for 448 yards, rushed for 164, thrown 2 touchdowns, and run for 1 touchdown.
No interception.
1 interception.
Okay. Good.
Let's see here. Pull up the game log. Let's do this. Okay. He threw 28 times for 334 yards and 2 touchdowns on the 13th. On the 7th, he threw 15 passes for 88 yards. On the 30th of May, he threw 6 passes for 26 yards in the interception. And no stats from their most recent game, but they won.
Okay. Well, hopefully he'll continue to get a good look. Always rooting for our Huskers down there. So yeah, that was it. Just popped up.
Fair enough. This is a conversation I don't know if we've had, but let's say you're a college guy on your 3rd university and you have a kid. Who do you raise your kid to root for? Like if you're Alan Bowman and you've been to Texas Tech, Oklahoma State, Michigan, I guess he's at Oklahoma State now. Like, do you do it the Stricky way where whoever treated you the best, you have the best experience? That's who you root for in order? Like, how do you tell your kid who to root for when you've been to 3 colleges?
That's how I've done it. I would probably say how it all, hopefully it ended better than it started. And that way I can just don't have to go to rewind the clock too far back for him to get a chance or her to get a chance to see what it was that I did. So yeah, I'm hoping that will be the case. Just kind of more recent success then I don't have that problem.
Right. Just win at your last stop and, hey, here we go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which we need to be about done with guys in their 7th years, right? We've got to be about done with COVID, classes, right?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we can have it for another couple years if you have your first year didn't count in 2020. Then you have your redshirt year, then your 4 years plus an injury year. So
Oof.
maybe we still have a couple more years to go of it.
Maybe.
We've had just stop.
It's crazy,
please.
right?
We just don't need it. Who is it actually helping?
Right.
Like, who's that 28-year-old from like Miami? No, you're laughing.
It's grown folks just all up in the college game.
What's this dude's name?
I don't know. I can't remember. Sutter Heyman text line 402-464-5685. Who are you looking for, Austin?
It's some.
He's like 28 years old, you say?
Something like that. He's got like his 8th year of eligibility or something.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and I'm trying to. Is it this guy?
I'm just trying to figure out how do they justify who gets 8 years and who doesn't.
I think it's okay. I think I found the guy. Let me look him up here real quick. But yeah, no, see, that's the exact problem is that it feels so arbitrary.
Yeah.
Okay, he's only 26. Cam McCormick is 26 years old and still playing college football. He was in the recruiting class of 2016.
Oh, wow. No way.
It's tricky. I kid you not.
2016, he's just finally just
he's still on the roster.
God.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, 2017. Sorry. So he was old for his class. But still, the class of 2017? You're still in college? Like, get your doctorate or something.
He feels like the guy that was on Breakfast Club. The one that what was his name? He wore the long trench jacket with the.
No, I was right. It was 2016.
It was?
Yeah.
Who was that guy on Breakfast Club? He had the slick, but he was a troublemaker. I can't remember his name, but that's what I could imagine somebody walking on campus looking like that when they're like 10 years older than everybody on campus.
What if I told you I haven't seen The Breakfast Club?
Get him, Sutter Heyman.
Drag me.
402-464-5685. How has he not seen
The Breakfast Club? I haven't done it, Stricky.
No. Hey, listen.
Oh, Bender.
Listeners. Bender, that's him. Listen, listeners. If this was The Breakfast Club, which one would Austin be in The Breakfast Club? Like, would he be the athletic wrestler dude? The kind of nice nerdy dude? What was his name?
Don't ask me. I haven't seen it.
Okay. Bender or who else?
1569 says nerd. 007 says nice kid.
Okay. There you go, Austin.
Adequate. Thank you.
You would be
Thanks,
the one that
text
was
line.
trying to talk to Molly Ringwald, but he had no chance.
You ain't seen my game.
Wow. Molly Ringwald.
Wow. No chance. No chance. Denied.
No chance.
Wow.
No chance.
Wow. First, you don't give me your address. Then you say I would have had no chance with Molly Ringwald.
Oh, no, you might.
Stricky, you just said that to be polite. You don't actually say it with your chest. Say Austin would have had a chance with Molly Ringwald with your chest. And if you can't say it, we're going to break. So you can.
Austin would have a chance with Molly Ringwald.
At Fairway Meat Market, your family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now through April 28th, enjoy Duroc St. Louis spare ribs for $5.99 per pound, USDA Choice Tomahawk ribeyes for $14.99 per pound, fresh pork belly for $2.99 per pound, and Fairway's Hickory Smoked Bacon for $4.99 per pound. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
Spring is here, and Acres is offering special financing on select new John Deere lawn tractors and zero-turn mowers. Visit your nearest Acres store and test drive all the latest John Deere turf equipment and attachments. And for a limited time, with the purchase of a new John Deere mower, get up to $200 to apply to the steel power tool of your choice. From trimmers to chainsaws, gas or electric, Acres is your home for steel products and service. Offer expires April 30, 2024. Subject to approved credit by John Deere Financial.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Buckle up and hang on. This is going to be a good one.
The fans of Kansas Speedway know how to have a good time. One that celebrates fantastic finishes and family-friendly facilities. Trading paint.
We've got feuding
and tailgating tradition. Burnouts, beer, and barbecue. Oh, it'll for sure be a good time, and you are all invited. NASCAR weekend at Kansas Speedway, May 4th and 5th. Get your tickets now at kansasspeedway.com.
There's more time to save big at Bonsall Pool & Spa with their extended Double the Savings sales event. Now through April 30th, buyers can take advantage of up to $1,500 in savings when they purchase a new hot spring spa. Visit the Bonsall Pool & Spa showroom at 33rd and Pioneers or visit their website at www.bonsallpool.com to learn more about this hot sale. Act now because this offer ends April 30th. Bonsall Pool & Spa, every day made better. Spring in Nebraska brings green grass and warmer weather, but it also brings severe storms which can cause damage to your home. Meadowlark Exterior specializes in hail, storm, and wind damage restoration, as well as roofing, siding, and gutters for commercial or residential buildings. Meadowlark Exteriors focuses on fine craftsmanship and proves that in their attention to detail. They offer free roof inspections and estimates and insurance claim assistance, serving the Lincoln and Omaha surrounding areas. Call today at 402-875-2956 or go to meadowlarkexteriors.com.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you don't just get a great workout, you get a great perk out because your membership is packed with perks. For $1 down and $24.99 a month, you'll get perks like access to any of our 2,400 clean and spacious locations. Bring your friend anytime and both work out with tons of equipment that'll give you that big fitness energy. Relax in the Black Card Spa and more. Work out and perk out with the PF Black Card. Join for just $1 down and $24.99 a month. Hurry,
this deal ends soon.
See Home Club for details.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red.
Old School with DP and J.
Nebraska and their staff, football-wise, have done a really good job of, keeping guys, happy. And then obviously they see the opportunity here. Whereas I don't think there's a general reason that you can say, okay, this is why kids are going in the portal. Now we're seeing, even when they're in really good situations for them, they still leave.
93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
It's time to play Shootout with Strick. Call now 464-5685 to take your shot against Erick Strickland. Shootout with Strick. Brought to you by Buffalo Wings and Rings.
Time to play the game.
Strick, would I have had a chance at Molly Ringwald?
Yeah, you would have had a great chance at Molly Ringwald.
Thanks, Strick.
Yeah, you're the man.
You know what, Strick? You know what? Just for that, I got you something special in return. You know what it is?
What?
Psych! We're playing the game.
Oh,
we're playing the game.
No.
Yeah. We go to the Honda Flinging Hotline. Caller, what's your name?
Dave.
Dave, we know you're familiar with the rules. Don't worry, it is not basketball today. Does that make you feel better?
Well, it makes me feel a lot better.
Excellent. Hold on the line. We'll get Stricky his questions, and then we will get to you. We are playing Stricky. Sorry to do that to you, but I had to. Your round starts here in 3, 2, and 1. He led all players in rushing in last season's spring game. Ramir Johnson or Heinrich Haarberg?
Haarberg.
It was Johnson. He led all players in receiving yards in the 2022 spring game. Camonte Grimes or A.J. Rollins?
Rollins.
Yep. He rushed for more yards in the 2021 spring game. Marvin Scott or Jaquez Yant?
Yant.
It was Scott, and he passed for the most yards in a single Nebraska spring game.
10.
Passed for the most yards in a single Nebraska spring game.
6, 5,
Tommy Armstrong.
Tommy Armstrong, the guest, Tommy Armstrong, incorrect. Zach Taylor is the correct answer. All right, Dave, 1 to tie, 2 or more to win. You ready for your round?
Well, I feel a little bit confident.
All right, your round then, Dave. We'll start here in 3, 2, and 1. He led all players in receiving yards in last season's spring game. Nate Borkacher or Billy Kemp?
Billy Kemp.
It was Borkacher. He led all players in rushing yards in the 2022 spring game. Trevin Lubin or Isaiah Harris?
Go with Harris.
It was Lubin. He passed for more yards in the 2021 spring game. Heinrich Haarberg or Adrian Martinez?
Martinez.
Yep, and he rushed for the most yards in a single Nebraska spring game.
8, 7, 6,
Gabe Irvin.
4.
Irvin, the guess, Irvin incorrect. Keith Jones is the answer. 207 yards for the Nebraska spring game record. It's all right, though, Dave. We go to the tiebreaker. You will go over or under Strick's answer to this question. All right, Strick, here's the question for you. How many fans attended the 2018 spring game ahead of Scott Frost's first season? How many fans attended the 2018 Nebraska spring game ahead of Scott Frost's first season?
22,000.
Wait. Dave. You wait for Strick.
I'm just giving him. Never mind. I'm waiting.
76,200.
76,200. Dave, over or under?
I'm going to say under.
Try 86,818, the largest spring game attendance in Nebraska history. Dave, you were so close. Good try, my friend.
All right. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks for playing, Dave. Well, Stricky, you did it again. You get your music twice today. How about that?
I love it when a victory comes into my hands. Could I have been a good villain?
I mean, you got it's like a witch laugh.
Oh.
Like you're laughing like a wicked witch, but also like you're too good of a guy to be a villain.
I thought I sounded like Skeletor.
Do it again.
Yeah.
Give me a couple lines of dialogue.
And I come with my Skeletor hands to kill He-Man.
You have no power here, He-Man.
You know I sound like him. I know the listeners.
Okay,
I know the listeners know what time it is. They know I sound like Skeletor. I wish I'd lose some weight like Skeletor.
don't just be a skeleton, Stricky.
That's
part of the selling point.
Yeah.
Flex on him. There you go.
All right.
That's the stuff. We'll come back with a trivia question for the $30 of Buffalo Wings and Rings on the other side of the break. Before we get there, though, Earthquake Glue says, Austin, you could have scored the goth freaky girl played by Ali Sheedy.
Yeah, there is I forgot about her. Yeah. She was cute, though.
But does the cute outweigh the freaky?
They're creepy and they're kooky, mysterious. Yeah. She was straight. That would have been a good match. That would have been a really good match.
The nerdy kid and the goth girl?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you guys would have, you would have clicked like peas in a pod. I could see it right now. Yeah.
Notorious BIB says, got lucky, but that's a win for the champ. Ain't no luck when Stricky's involved. That's pure skill, Notorious BIB. Come on now.
I threw a good number out there.
You did. Also, Dave kind of gave away the game by saying 22,000. So
because I had to think, I was like,
you gave him a hint, Dave.
Capacity.
We're trying to help you out, man.
It's got to be up in close to 90.
It's about 86, 88.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I was like, I know it's close to probably being full.
Yeah.
So I threw a good number on it.
Champs here. We'll talk some Nebraska spring game when we get back. Here's the question we want to know. You can get your texting fingers ready, get your answers in ahead of time, or when we start talking about the segment. Would you rather see Nebraska's rush offense or pass offense have a good day in Memorial Stadium on Saturday? Let us know, 402-464-5685. That's the number 2-hour starter at Heyman text line. Dave called for the shootout on the Honda of Lincoln hotline. And a huge thanks to Nebco for sponsoring our show. Check them out at nebcoinc.com. Talking spring game in hour 2 of On the Block right after this. Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mixed Concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. Nebco offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From Nebco's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Spring in Nebraska brings green grass and warmer weather, but it also brings severe storms which can cause damage to your home. Meadowlark Exterior specializes in hail, storm, and wind damage restoration, as well as roofing, siding, and gutters for commercial or residential buildings. Meadowlark Exteriors focuses on fine craftsmanship and proves that in their attention to detail. They offer free roof inspections and estimates and insurance claim assistance, serving the Lincoln and Omaha surrounding areas. Call today at 402-875-2956 or go to meadowlarkexteriors.com.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you don't just get a great workout, you get a great perk out because your membership is packed with perks. For $1 down and $24.99 a month, you'll get perks like access to any of our 2,400 clean and spacious locations. Bring a friend anytime and both work out with tons of equipment that'll give you that big fitness energy. Relax in the Black Card spa and more. Work out and perk out with the PF Black Card. Join for just $1 down and $24.99 a month. Hurry,
this deal ends soon.
See Home Club for details.
Sandhills Global is hiring. With their fast-paced, growing culture, they have hundreds of new openings in sales, marketing, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Full-time roles offer a 4.5-day work week, along with flexible internships in most areas. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Find your fit today at www.sandhills.jobs.
If you're looking for a pre-owned tractor to upgrade your operation this year, you'll find a wide selection at your local Landmark Implement. We'll work with you to find the right equipment for your needs at a price that's right for you, all backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network. During the month of April, get financing as low as 3.9% for up to 72 months on model year 21 through 23 wheeled 8R tractors. Visit landmarkimp.com to see our complete inventory or stop by your local Landmark location today and experience the Landmark difference.
Take your internet service to new levels with Allo, your award-winning internet provider across our fiber hoods. Allo isn't just about the fastest internet available. It's about connecting you to your world, work, and play seamlessly. Our award-winning service ensures affordable, secure, and reliable connectivity, setting us apart. Ready to transform your internet experience? Experience the fiber difference today. Sign up now at allofiber.com. Allo, connecting your world.
Ironhide Construction is hiring. They're looking for hardworking, self-motivated individuals who are team players. Iron Height Construction has openings for an experienced project manager, estimator, apprentice, skilled laborer, and erector or installer. They will train the right people and make sure you understand the position and requirements. At Iron Height Construction, it's own it, be honest, and do it right. Apply today and learn more about their other benefits at ironheightconstruction.com, where they're committed to you every step of the way.
Your child was embarrassed when you arrived at their basketball game. 75% of parents or guardians report current alcohol use. Drinking alcohol can cause harm to children and loved ones. By drinking less, your child will be excited to see you at their basketball game. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Lincoln, you wanted more sweet and spice in your life, and now you've got it. At Wings and Rings, their brand new Hot Honey has all of Lincoln buzzing. Try their one-of-a-kind house-made sauce on the brand new Hot Honey Chicken Sandwich or their Hot Honey Shrimp and Slaw. And of course, you can get it on the traditional, boneless, or smoked wings that have made Wings and Rings your go-to neighborhood spot. Hot Honey was supposed to be gone on April 1st, but they're extending it indefinitely. So stop by Wings and Rings at one of their 2 Lincoln locations today, on O Street and on Village Lane.
This is On the Block with Strick and Austin. Nebraska Basketball Hall of Famer and 9-year NBA vet, Erick Strickland.
Strickland for 3. And you're going to go out of here as the Big 8 tournament champion.
Middle school basketball coaching legend and Duke basketball shooting coach in his mind, Austin Orman. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Presented by Nebco. This is On the Block with Strick and Austin.
Hour 2 of a Taco Tuesday show. You having tacos tonight, Stricky?
I might cook tonight, man. I was bad last night. I ate, yeah. And Clusters got me hooked on these freaking, I just had not so long ago. They're kolaches.
Oh, those are dangerous, Stricky.
Goodness.
Oh.
He got me hooked on these ones, and I just happened to be pretty much right down the way before I came down to the studio today. It was over.
Dang.
They didn't have a chance. They weren't going to make it half hour in the car.
Nah. Why should they? If they're right there,
they're phenomenal.
Just eat them. Yeah.
I don't know what it is about them things. I don't know if it's the bread.
The bread, the filling.
It's something to be calling me. I feel like Pookie on New Jack City.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, you haven't seen it. You'd have to see Pookie. Pookie basically is Chris Rock. He plays a part of like a, crackhead recovering crackhead to still can't kick it.
Would he have had a better shot with Molly Ringwald in Breakfast Club than me?
Not that Pookie.
Yes, let's go. I've got someone.
Not that Pookie, but no. Yeah, man, this is pretty good. What's up, man? We got spring games right around the corner.
We do. We want to thank Nebco for sponsoring the show. Visit them at nebcoinc.com to start your new career today. A couple different companies for Nebco are hiring, including constructors and ready-mix drivers. You still have the $30 to Buffalo Wings and Rings to give away. So texter number 3 with the answer to this question. How much money did the Breakfast Club gross? How much money did the Breakfast Club gross?
Total.
Texter number 3 with that answer gets $30 to Buffalo Wings and Rings. The other thing we want your participation in is this question. On Saturday in the Nebraska spring game, would you rather see more yards from the passing game or the rushing game? Would you rather see the pass offense or the rush offense have a better day? Let us know, 402-464-5685. Stricky, better day for the pass offense or the rush offense? Which do you prefer to see?
I personally would prefer, because it's an area that I think they struggled, was just consistency in the passing game, creativity in the passing game, being able to hit guys with just enough touch, with right placement. We missed a lot of. I think we missed a lot of opportunities to move chains, to stay ahead of the chains, just because we missed guys that were there. So I want to see consistency, not necessarily long ball, but those intermediate to, screens, intermediate. I don't think I saw a lot of that. There's just there was more creativity they could have got just to manufacture. So I want to see more of it out of the pass game.
I would say don't hold your breath for creativity in the spring game necessarily, because again, it's a spring game. They're going to be pretty vanilla with it, but there are some things you can see, even from the TV, whether or not you're in the stadium, but you can see the touch, you can see the velocity, you can see to some degree the mechanics. And that to me, why, yes, everyone's going to want to get eyes on Dylan Raiola, obviously, with the hype, just to see what he's about. We've seen some highlights on Twitter already. Daniel Kalen, and in the underdog role, right? You're an underdog guy. I mean, he's come in with a lot to prove, and he's said everything right, competed the way it sounds like he's supposed to. The guy I'm most interested to see, though, is Heinrich Haarberg, because we have a year on him. We know what he looked like last year in his first year of starting experience. I'm kind of out on the Heinrich Haarberg experience at quarterback, but this is his chance, I think, to prove a lot of people either wrong or right. Prove that he belongs in that quarterback room. Prove that he's a quick study. Prove that he put in the work over the offseason to tighten up the footwork, to shorten up the arm motion, to keep the elbow up instead of dropping it, to do the fundamentals before getting too creative. Do I think Heinrich Haarberg is the starter long-term in Nebraska? I don't. But I want to see just how much he improves, because I want to be sold on him in that quarterback room.
Great point. And I don't have any rebuttal to that, because I do. I want the man to win, the young man. I want him to win. I just think that sometimes it comes to a position where you want to make a decision what's best for you and your future, if this is what you want to do. I mean, if you don't have plans to want to go to another level in football, then yeah, okay, cool. Then stay where you want to be. I think there has to come to a realization at some point in time where you say, this is what I've got to do in order to get there. If I don't, then I'm not gonna get there. Even for myself, I knew that I had to learn the point guard position, just because I can't go in there with a mentality that it unearths or shakes up what has been known as far as the way that the NBA worked. You can do that from the inside out. You can't expect to do that and make those changes outside. And so that's why I want to see Heinrich Haarberg. I want to see him, his growth, because I think that'll shed a lot of light as to maybe what his future is.
To what the future is, to what the process is behind the scenes, right? Because it's not Marcus Satterfield coaching the quarterbacks anymore. It's been Glenn Thomas. And that's still a relatively recent hire, but he's had enough time, you would think, to make at least a little bit of a difference. And again, this is a guy that's worked at the NFL level with some top tier NFL quarterbacks. So you would think that if Nebraska's quarterbacks are open and receptive, you'll see some improvement there. Even for a guy like Heinrich Haarberg, who's not a lost cause by any means, but hasn't spent that much time at the position, at the college level necessarily. We do have a winner on the text line. Nebraska ball fan, go ahead and send your name and your phone number here on the text line. 51.5 million, Strick, the Breakfast Club grossed against a budget of just 1 million. You talk about return on investment with NIL. I'm going to say that's some return on investment for the Breakfast Club.
Great return on investment. $1 million budget?
$1 million budget.
I mean, you basically had some cars. You rarely was at the house. Everything was in the school and the library. So if it's a public school, you probably didn't get charged a crazy amount. You can shoot over the weekend. Yeah. That's a win.
That's a lot of wins.
Yeah. What are, man, I would love to know that. Like, what are the movies that had really low budgets but had huge returns? I know Friday was one of them.
Guess what?
Who?
We got 3 on 3 tomorrow. We can make that a topic.
We can make that a topic. There you
Research
go.
it tonight, Stricky.
Let's look
bring
at
it tomorrow. How about
look
that?
At it. Yeah.
Okay, that'll be at 3:00 tomorrow. We will bring you a final answer there. So on the text line, we have, I believe it was Notorious B.I.B. Yes, saying he wants to see the pass offense succeed as well. And Wade would rather see the pass offense have a big day. So far, everyone said they'd rather see, a lot of passing yards. And I think that makes sense given the struggles of last season, right? I think it makes sense given the guys in the quarterback room, even with the offensive line to some degree, right? That's been pretty iffy in pass protection, better last year, but certainly not perfect. I mean, the next time there's a perfect pass blocking season will be the first.
Yeah.
But especially the receivers as well, Strick. I mean, you talk about the additions of Banks and Nayor, right? 2 transfers. And wide receiver is a position that Nebraska has found some gems out of the transfer portal. Going all the way back, 4 or 5 years now. It's worked out pretty well for Nebraska at that position. You add freshmen like Demetrius Bell, who redshirted last year, who's gotten some good reviews in camp. You have a Ja'Cory Barney coming in as an early enrollee. I believe he's on the list. So yeah, Ja'Cory Barney. Keelan Smith, so Neil Smith's son, coming in as well as an early enrollee at wide receiver. And then a Thunderbird. Isaiah McMorris, not an early enrollee, but Davon Hall is as well. So I can understand why people want to see the pass game succeed. It's going to be tough to get all the wide receivers, all the reps to really, truly flash. But I want to see a nice play or two from the transfers. I want to see what young guys are holding their own, because there's a big young crop coming up of skill position guys. So for me, Strick, if the young guys succeed together in the spring game, that's setting the foundation and building it for the future.
No doubt. And that's what I really look for. And I think they've set a blueprint. The blueprint is obviously what volleyball's got going on right now. But I'm saying Rule think has a really good grasp on the idea of retention in order to build foundation. And you can't sell them the dream. Just tell them the real. I think I can be more respectful of a young man that comes to me, tells me what his desire, and then me to reciprocate authenticity back to him in letting him know where we actually see them, even bringing the coach to really have real discussions so that you can determine whether or not we're lying to you. If you don't think we can get you to where you need to go, and there's an understanding at least that you don't fit the mold for what we're looking at right now, but here's what you need to do to get there. My thing is, if someone jumps shot with the idea and the roadmap set before them, that's disappointing. But if you get the roadmap and you adhere to the roadmap, then we can have another discussion with coach. Coach, I done what you asked me to do. I raised my level, my numbers, my consistency, whatever, my ratios or grading, whatever. You can have these discussions again and hold them to the fire. And then at that point, if there's some form of disagreement, then if I have to jump in the portal, there's at least some form of understanding, and you don't have as much of the crazy, like, where did this come from? Huh? Because then you should be able to track where that came from. Oh, he just wanted to go back home. He'd be closer to family. Oh, shoot, he got a huge bag they freaking gave him, and that's what they wanted to do. You didn't really have it here. You can track those things down a little bit easier. But sometimes the coaches tell and sell the story, sell them the dream, and they're not able to fulfill it, either because they don't get the work done or because somebody else is doing the work better.
Generally speaking, again, knowing that every circumstance, every situation is unique, is getting recruited over a reason to enter the transfer portal?
I don't think so. I think I need to raise my star so that my light shines. So you see my light. That's the way I look at it. Yeah, I could go somewhere else, but at the same time, I have to really do an assessment. You know what? They're just better than me. I might need to go somewhere else. I might need to go and be honest with yourself. I might need to go down to mid-major level. I may need to go to HBCU, straight up. You have to have those real, but sometimes outside influences, family, neighbors, friends, AAU coaches, they tell you the lies and not the truth. Oh, you're so much better. be honest with these young men and women, right? That's the best thing to do. Tell them, this may not work for you.
The flip side of that is maybe the guy they bring in isn't better. He's just as good. He's maybe older and you're a younger guy. But to me, then that's a challenge. That's an opportunity, right? You're bringing that guy in to
That's the
compete
way I
with
would look
me?
at it. Mhm.
I have the roadmap that you gave me. I've met these benchmarks. So either there's a communication disconnect, coach doesn't like me anymore, go have a conversation.
Yeah.
Don't leave. Or it's, we like you. You're on pace. You're going to get every chance to start. We just wanted one more guy. It has nothing to do with you, right? And maybe that's hard for most young men and young women to believe, but I think more often than not, Strick, it's not personal. With these coaches, when they bring someone into the position, right? Maybe there are those cases where a guy, falls out of favor or communication breaks down, and that's unfortunate. Both parties, have to take some ownership and some responsibility for that. But I think if a coach is going to bring in an older guy at your position, it's not always about the player behind him. Sometimes it's, we just need more depth. Maybe we just want to see this competition and bring even more out of both of these guys. But I think the first instinct for too many athletes, again, even in a competitive environment like college athletics, I think the first instinct is to not compete. It's to go where, you have to find
Start
a new
pouting.
roadmap. Yeah.
You really see these pouty, faces. You see those Ben Simmons looks. Remember when, you used to show him in practice when he was up in Brooklyn. Yeah, those pouty faces. Yeah, that's what you kind of get, because you can either pout or pound your chest and go out there and, like you said, compete. That's the sad part, is that I don't know if individuals just really want that these days. Like, I guess that's why games were the way they were back in the day when we used to play. I think kids play games for a different reason now. Like, when I used to play the games, no matter what the game was, it always seemed to be something that took me from a lower level to a higher level. If it was Mike Tyson Punch Out, you had to go through these different levels, and the guys seemed to get harder, more difficult. You had to do more things.
But you had to progress. You didn't go from the bottom
Mortal
to the top,
Kombat.
did you?
No. I mean, you didn't just leave. You had to progress, and you had to work on your skill to get better, to go to the next level. And so that's the way we used to play games. It was I got to stay here until I'm able to be better skilled in the level. Right? Now it's like they give you means by which to lower the standard. Y'all following me? I don't know if y'all follow. They give you means on the thing to where you can lower the difficulty, lower the standard, instead of competing against the standard.
Right.
And so that's where the issues, I think, come. Because that they haven't learned that if I'm not good enough, I have to stay at the level.
Right.
Until I can beat it. You see what I'm saying? Everybody's ready to jump and run to the high heels.
So who's to blame for that? Is it, obviously there's multiple people, but college coaches to some degree, but I think those lessons get taught at a younger age.
Facts. I think when we started, I think when we started going to more of a competition minded, meaning not that there's competition for the battle, like we're battling it out. I'm saying you just get these, just for being out there, you get these competition trophies. You're the 8th worst team. So that goes to the coaching, and that goes to the ability to put a team together and get the most out of that team. Right? That's what you have. So it can be frustrating because you're not doing what's required to raise the level of who you have on your team, or to go and get and create a balance to where you're able to not necessarily have the best, but be able to balance the good with the bad so that it can overcome some of the bad to make it good. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's been lost.
And that's just natural, right? When you hit your head on a wall, you don't run away from the wall. You go find a hammer, you go find a sledgehammer, you find a little putty knife and try to chip away. so you can create a foothold, right? It's natural to run into challenges and into obstacles. What's unnatural is turning your back on it. That's not a way to learn. That's not a way to grow, right? Every one of us in life have hit our head, on a ceiling at some point and wanted to break through. You don't break through by turning around. Maybe you take a step back to look at the problem differently, to go grab a tool from the garage or whatever, but you don't leave it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And now here's the thing. It's also fair to say sometimes you rise to a level and you max out. That's fine, but know who you are and understand yourself, right? Sometimes you are at the best situation for you. And if you found that as a freshman, good for you. Some guys, maybe it takes till they're a senior or a graduate guy to find. Some guys are NFL guys. Some guys aren't. I think the underrated quality in all of this is self-awareness, is knowing who you are, knowing how you are, and not putting limits on yourself, but having an understanding of reality in the moment while still being able to dream bigger and beyond.
No question. I mean, that's the story of my life. Everybody goes and tells you that you can't make it. You're not good enough. You don't shoot well enough. You don't play the position. You hear all these things. Okay. So I go work on the areas that you say I can't do. Oh, he can't do this. Oh, he's not. I circle and now I work on everything you're saying that I'm deficient at, so that when I see you, I do you damage.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
UFC. Oh, he's only a grappler. Yeah, his boxing skills are horrible. Takedowns defense is good, but he's not going to check kicks. He's not going to do anything like that. But ground and pound him. If you get him on the ground, submissions or so you work on submission defense. You work on your boxing to keep range.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You get better at the areas that they say you're deficient.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the things that kids don't, because they don't want to hear that they're deficient in anything. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like if you tell them, look, you're not a good shooter. Oh, in their minds, they're the best shooter that they've ever seen in life.
Mm-hmm.
And so they start butting their head against the wall. When there's a door right there that's wide open, you just said, I'm going through. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's something that unfortunately coaches have to deal with, parents. But I was always honest with my kids. I told them, look, your height, you're probably not gonna. You could probably be a pretty good libero at this level, though. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I'm gonna be honest with you at this level. So I'm not stopping you, but I'm being real with you. So you're gonna have to work extra hard to get to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
And
here's what that extra work looks like, right? Are you willing to do this? Are you willing to give it at least a shot to try to get your foot in the door and see if it works? Some will be, some won't be. And you see who that is very early on. They got a really good text here on the text line from Ted. Let's go to break. And I think this is a good kind of jumping off point into a new discussion. So Ted, thank you for the text. We will read it and we will discuss it when we get back to On the Block.
Hi, I'm Senator Bo Ballard. I was born and raised in Lancaster County, learning the value of hard work and grit at a young age. I built my own company, creating jobs right here in our community. I know that families and businesses in our community need lower taxes, lower cost of healthcare, and a great education. That's why, as your senator, I helped pass the largest tax cut and made the most significant investment in education in Nebraska history and worked to reduce the cost of healthcare. I'm Senator Bo Ballard, and I humbly ask for your vote on May 14th. Paid for by Ballard for Nebraska.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and our annual spring sales event is now underway. We have absolutely huge savings right now at Koppel. New Sierras and new Silverados have a double whammy. Choose from APRs starting at 1.9% or discounts over $9,000. Yes, that's right, 1.9% APR or discounts of over $9,000. So please take that short money-saving drive down 144th Street just south of the interstate, or check us out online at CoppelCars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with approved credit.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
Spring sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Grab a free burger and beer at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln on April 27th during their Husker Spring Game tailgate. Meet the Elway Power Sports team, play some tailgate games with them, and enter for a chance to win an official John Elway autographed football. Check out their huge selection of boats and watercraft for the summer, along with hundreds of motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides from all the major brands. Stop out and watch the game with them on April 27th. Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, 27th and I-80. They'll be tailgating all day. Lincoln, you wanted more sweet and spice in your life, and now you've got it. At Wings and Rings, their brand new Hot Honey has all of Lincoln buzzing. Try their one-of-a-kind house-made sauce on the brand new Hot Honey Chicken Sandwich or their Hot Honey Shrimp and Slaw. And of course, you can get it on the traditional, boneless, or smoked wings that have made Wings and Rings your go-to neighborhood spot. Hot Honey was supposed to be gone on April 1st, but they're extending it indefinitely. So stop by Wings and Rings at one of their 2 Lincoln locations today, on O Street and on Village Lane.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Problem gambling can destroy an individual's finances, relationships, physical, and mental health. If you are a loved one or struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 402-476-2300.
On the Block with Strick and Austin.
When you're in New York, Nick, in New York, I mean, you're talking about, you see mafioso types. You go into a restaurant and you would literally eat. Hey, come on over here. You know, they I don't know how to say it. I don't got the accent, but they would say, come, Strick, come here, come over. Have a drink on me. And what are you going to do? Say no?
You not say
you
no
don't
to that?
say no to the drink. You don't say no.
Weekdays from 2 to 4 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
There's more time to save big at Bonzal Pool & Spa with their extended Double the Savings sales event. Now through April 30th, buyers can take advantage of up to $1,500 in savings when they purchase a new hot spring spa. Visit the Bonzal Pool & Spa showroom at 33rd and Pioneers or visit their website at www.bonzalpool.com to learn more about this hot sale. Act now because this offer ends April 30th. Bonzal Pool & Spa, every day made better.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to On the Block, brought to you by Nebco. I'm Austin Norman. Erick Strickland to my left, your right if you're watching on the stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or Twitter, as well as Allo Channel 961. Mentioned a good text on our Starter Heyman text line from Ted. Here it is. You're mentioning the Mike Tyson Punch-Out or Mortal Kombat strike, and his text was, it's because game manufacturers have now figured out how to maximize profits in video games. It's about creating an addiction to keep kids playing, which equals more revenue. When we were kids, the only revenue they were thinking about was the purchase of the game. Profit is now streamlined to the max. Okay, that makes sense. Here's the sports, tie-in to that. Replace video game manufacturers and, video game with transfer portal. Think about all the attention that has been put on the transfer portal. It became its own content marketplace, right? We're just as guilty of it. We talk about it a lot because it's out there. But the NCAA and those in power passed rules. I'm not saying specifically for the economic benefit, but they created a whole new market of content. They created a whole new marketplace of, graphic designers, of, video editors, of reporters, for, general managers in college sport. That's another job right there. And again, we're all for creating jobs. Jobs are great. But the negative of that is how much of the transfer portal is truly to find the better fit, and how much of it is that attention dopamine rush from coaches and evaluators hitting you up like, hey, we want to check you out. Hey, come visit us. Hey, here's another weekend of free stuff.
Seems like it's just a big dog and pony show.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, just who's got the biggest glitz of lights that are, when you show up, that it's doing a lot of, like going over to, like when I was in Thailand, right? It was like everywhere you went, it was somebody trying to sell something. That's what it feels like. It feels like being at a big marketplace or a bazaar now. Like, who's got the biggest shiny object to draw you in? Whatever that thing is to you, whatever that shiny playing time, opportunity to win championships, going to the next level professionally, the bag of NIL, whatever that shiny object is, they're dog and pony showing it like crazy.
And I think it's both sides, right? I think it's the schools that host the visits that are recruiting these kids. But at the same time, we talk about styles of play and how, maybe there have been some fundamentals lost along the way. I think kids are trying to sell themselves as well. Show that they have every skill imaginable. Show that they have the numbers. I think both sides are really trying to just put on the best face for each other, draw each other in, and then figure out the rest later.
Yeah. Yeah. But how do you correct it? Don't know. This is something that we just don't have an answer for. It's going to be there. It's going to be there for a while, man. And there's no course correction I can see from this. How do we get back? It was hard pressed to get it to this point. Now that it's broken through and it's here and we're here, I don't see an out. I see it's going to be a continuous problem. Like, I do think hiring more staff to be able to get a better grasp on it, so that you don't leave your staff overwhelmed, your coach overwhelmed, leading him to heart conditions, high blood pressure, all kinds of stuff, because they're always on the go, can't rest, can't get sleep. You're already up studying and breaking down film like crazy. You got all these things going on, but I think, they may need more people to expand these these departments.
I think the other aspect to keep in mind is that there's not a quick fix. You're not going to see this change all of a sudden in 3 years, in 5 years, unless there is a drastic change in what the incentives are, right? That's the easiest way to change behavior, is to change the incentive. Either raise the incentive or lower the incentive to, get the behavior you want, right? We've run science experiments on mice, and obviously college athletes in the transfer portal are more valuable than mice. They're humans. I get that, right? Bad example, whatever. But the point stands that you incentivize behavior. That has always affected how people act. So unless the NCAA or the College Football Playoff Committee, whoever it is, are willing to take drastic steps, behavior is not going to change drastically. That's when it's going to come down to the societal shift, in that parents in the next generation say, this is how we were raised. This is what we liked about it. This is what we didn't like. So here's our parenting style. And then it changes with the next generation after that. But that's 15, 18, 20 years or more down the road. So I'm not going to say change is impossible, but fast change, efficient change is probably not in the cards.
This generation is part of the generation of live vicariously through mine. Probably a lot of individuals weren't. So
are you saying this group of college athletes is having their parents live vicariously through them?
Parents. And listen, it's not just regular parents. I'm talking about athletic parents as well, because all of us who have young children, your Cayenne,
Cayenne
Anthony's, even your Wades,
Bronny.
Listen, they've all come through a system. They've seen it a little bit different. But we as young men, when ours were coming up, we didn't have all of these things to look for. We didn't have NIL
to watch out for.
Yeah, to watch out for. We didn't have. So in their vicarious living, there's a chase for what I didn't get to make sure he or she maximizes getting that apart from just the scholarship and what that offers. Right? So that's a part of the vicariousness, because one of the things you want to always try to do is set your kids up for better than what you had. With that, those as opportunities, like a lot of kids that came out of college during our time left with debt because they were getting over inundated with all these credit cards and sent to their house, and they were free. And you thought you could just go, and I'd go in the dorm rooms and be like, yo, what? Like, and I had some. I was playing baseball, but I'm looking at their rooms like, dang, and they're like, yeah, man, I got these credit cards. I'm like, I'm glad I didn't do it. I'm glad I wasn't, crazy in that method. I was like, oh, I don't want that. I don't want no problems there. I want to just be able to pay for what I can pay for and be done. But that's the thing that they're seeing these days that we didn't get to see. So there's the vicarious living sometimes through that method.
And again, there's a very fine line between living vicariously and giving advice, right? We want fathers to be there for their sons and daughters. We want mothers to be there for their sons and daughters, giving advice. But that's where parent has to be the adult in the room, right? When you're done with that conversation with your kid, take that step back. Did I approach this honestly? Was I caught up in the moment? Did I see the 6 or 7 figures? Did I chase that because I didn't have it? Or did I tell my son or daughter to go for it because it's a great opportunity for their sake? Because I think it's truly in their best interest. And you've raised kids. I'm in the process of raising one. I'm sure plenty of people on the text line are as well. You can't hold yourself to perfection. You can't. There's no perfect way to parent. You can't guide every decision.
Not cookie cutter.
It's not at all. So finding that line and just doing the best you can with it. At the end of the day, I think we just need more people, whether it's a parent, a guardian, an agent that's involved in this day and age of college athletics, that truly has the young person at their heart and at the core of what they want to do. That's how you solve the living vicariously problem. Is stop making it about you. Is there anything more to it than that?
No, there's got to be a selflessness that works within you. And that's why I have to say that I'm very appreciative of my father, Matthew Strickland, because I knew that there was, without a shadow of a doubt, that whenever he was looking after me, he was looking after me for my best interest. He would always share stuff with me, but he would say, it's not my decision to make. So he would try to give me the best advice possible, still allow me to make the decision and deal with whatever the consequence was that came from it. But he never pressed or never, I didn't feel that I had to worry about, sliding and hiding, because he would always let me know, hey, I'm going to use this for this and I'll put it back. And he did. That was one thing I can always say. So you want parents just to be able to have that mindset, family, because it can easily become a crab in the barrel. Like, you out, we out. I mean, true, but also true, just like the government, we can't feed, clothe, and take care of everybody. Just not enough. So I can't do that for everybody in the family. I mean, okay, what value do you bring to the team, to the organization? If it's draw, that's a bad look on my profit and loss statement.
Mm-hmm.
You know, draw. You know, what can you bring? That's where you really need good people around you to help in that building of the right type of team.
Mm-hmm. Whether you're outside the building or in the building, because I think if I were to take it from the coaching staff of a program to the players on the team, I think take care of is different to all of them, right? You're going to have the better players. You're going to have the worst players. You're going to have the higher recruited players and the lower ranked players on your roster, right?
Yeah.
You don't take care of them in the same way. You do, but you don't, right? You treat them the same. The standards are the same on a daily basis. The love, the appreciation, the communication is all there. But maybe for some guys, taking care of them is, dang, coach, you offer me a scholarship. That means the world to me, right? I'm going to work my butt off for you, you know, and because I expect you to do the same for me, to be honest with me. I'm here to play football, to play basketball, to play baseball, softball, volleyball, whatever, but I'm also here to get my education. You know, that's taking care of some players. For other players, it's, coach, you know, I appreciate the scholarship, but I could have gotten a scholarship anywhere, right? I know you have my best interests in mind, but I also know what my value is out on the market, right? How can you take care of me? And the example I will always go back to was Austin Reed at Western Kentucky. Entered the transfer portal not because he was unhappy with the coach, not because he was unhappy with playing time. Man was breaking records at Western Kentucky. Entered the portal because he knew he would be sought after by high major programs. But he also knew Western Kentucky, that community, his head coach, cared about him. Western Kentucky couldn't offer and didn't offer nearly as much money as some of the reported offers he was getting from other schools. But what Austin Reed said was, y'all made an effort. You pitched in. You showed me that I am valued. And even if the raw dollars and cents isn't the same as it would be somewhere else, I see that you guys made an effort. I saw that you did what you could. I feel valued. I feel supported. That's enough for me. Let's run it back. The cold hard view of that is, oh, he's extorting them. You know, he's holding them hostage, holding them ransom.
No.
But if he was doing that, he goes to the highest bidder.
No doubt. But I love that. And I think that's what I mean by it can't always be about, it's really got to be about you.
Mm.
What are you trying to accomplish? This is the discussions you need to have with both family and with staff. What's the vision that you would see? Not that you can, I'm not saying you should give me. Now, there's a lot of people that go into these meetings and they're saying they are commanding and demanding. Like, okay, I haven't even seen you. I mean, yeah, there's a whole different level to what you're doing. I can't give you that. Like,
not sight unseen.
Coaches will sell it, but we know what that looks like, Austin. You know what that looks like, sight unseen, buying a car from here in another state. Oh man, it could be the prettiest pictures on earth until it shows up and it's a lemon. The whole interior is rusted out. Yeah, the outside looks good, painted, looks beautiful. But sight unseen, yeah, you didn't see nothing on the inside, rusted out. So we know what that looks like. So I can't give you that. I mean, for you to even ask me that, maybe it's not a good place for you. Like, coaches in some points got to be real too. Like, you got to want who wants to be there.
Right.
I think that's important.
These relationships always go both ways.
Yeah.
They have to. That's why good relationships work, and it's why bad relationships fail. Because one's either pouring in too much or one's taking out too much when it goes wrong. A lot of good stuff there. We'll take a break. We'll wrap up on the block right after this.
Spring is here, and it's time to wake up Judson. Judson Irrigation is eager and ready to get your sprinkler system up and running for the season. Judson's technicians will check for winter damage, adjust your sprinkler heads, and show you how to set your controller for effective sprinkling coverage. The Judson Irrigation team is here for you. Stay safe.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
One week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Southeast Community College invites you to check out our spaces ahead of your official campus visit. Our virtual campus tours let you see our campuses and learn more about our programs of study. Then you can schedule your individual visit in person or virtually. Virtual tours of our campuses in Beatrice, Lincoln, or Milford, and our learning centers are online at southeast.edu/visit SCC. SCC, your path to possible.
The Omaha Supernovas are back in action this Tuesday, April 23rd versus the San Diego Mojo at Viejas Arena in San Diego. The Mullen Motors pregame show with Derek Pearson and Renee Saunders starts at 8 p.m. with first serve at 9. Make sure to tune in to the Next Ag Appraisal and Realty postgame show right after the match ends. Catch all the action on your flagship station, 93.7 The Ticket, and statewide on the Supernovas Radio Network.
Problem gambling can destroy an individual's finances, relationships, physical, and mental health. If you or a loved one are struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 402-476-2300.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old-fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Hey, baseball fans, join the Blur Tailgate at Hilton Omaha this June for our 12th annual hospitality event during the College Baseball Championship Series. Book an experience for your clients or employees with an inclusive bar, buffet, TVs, music, and tailgate games. Secure your spot today and let Blur Events take care of all the work so you can enjoy the day. Plus, we're just steps away from Charles Schwab Field. Visit blurevents.com to book your group, buy tickets, or learn about sponsorships. That's blurevents.com, your college baseball and football tailgate destination.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you don't just get a great workout, you get a great perk out because your membership is packed with perks. For $1 down and $24.99 a month, you'll get perks like access to any of our 2,400 clean and spacious locations. Bring a friend anytime and both work out with tons of equipment that'll give you that big fitness energy. Relax in the Black Card spa and more. Work out and perk out with the PF Black Card. Join for just $1 down and $24.99 a month. Hurry.
This deal ends soon.
See Home Club for details.
Here you go. Coffee's on me and my new BFF. I thought I was your best friend forever. BFF like best financial friend at Members Own Credit Union. Right now, they're offering $100 when you consolidate or transfer a loan or an existing credit card balance and meet requirements. Plus, you get great rates and free advice from a financial partner that will put you first. That sounds like a match made in heaven. Members Own Credit Union is the type of bestie you can count on. Get started today at memberzonecu.org/BFF. Limitations may apply. Equal housing opportunity.
Grab a free burger and beer at LA Power Sports of Lincoln on April 27th during their Husker Spring Game Tailgate. Meet the LA Power Sports team, play some tailgate games with them, and enter for a chance to win an official John Elway autographed football. Check out their huge selection of boats and watercraft for the summer, along with hundreds of motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides from all the major brands. Stop out and watch the game with them on April 27th, LA Power Sports of Lincoln, 27th and I-80. They'll be tailgating all day.
Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Wrapping up on the block at 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Austin Norman and Erick Strickland with you. Really appreciate y'all and your engagement here on today's show on the text line and the YouTube stream. Wade and Rob Dog, really appreciate you guys for chiming in. And Strick, Rob Dog posted something interesting here. Steve Wiltfong hinting at the mutual interest between Dylan Edwards and Nebraska. Dylan Edwards entered the transfer portal today. Colorado player. I think he had a pretty good game against Nebraska out in Boulder last year. Versatile
running back,
guy,
right?
Running back, yes, yeah. Who has the pretty long-standing relationship with Coach Prime Deion Sanders here. So here's the tweet from Steve Wiltfong. He says, I imagine this will still be true regarding Dylan Edwards in Nebraska. What might still be true? He quote tweeted something from Brian Munson, who joins us during On the Block, 3:30 on Mondays. Brian's tweet from May of 2022. The Huskers can see running back Dylan Edwards in a versatile role in their offense. Edwards rates the official visit to Nebraska a 12.
Wow.
I assume out of 10. So again, Steve Wiltfong then says, I imagine this will still be true regarding Dylan Edwards in Nebraska. Now, I don't know if I get mutual interest from that. Wouldn't shock me if Nebraska is still interested in Dylan Edwards. Maybe Dylan Edwards is still interested in Nebraska. But for a position that's been pretty banged up all camp, you like to at least add another option, because maybe he's a running back, maybe he's a slot receiver. That's where he did a lot of his damage at Colorado. But man, if you get a 4 or 5-star talent available at a position of maybe not need, but again, where you can add competition, imagine that after spring ball for Nebraska.
Yeah, that would be absolutely crazy. I think it'd be beneficial and crazy at the same time. He's not as strong as Blake Corum, about the same kind of size wise, but he's very shifty, good feet. I think, like you said, he has versatility. And outside of Ramir Johnson at the position, you don't really have that much versatility. I don't know. I mean,
Dowdell's pretty downhill. Emmett Johnson has
Yep.
been pretty good, but we haven't necessarily seen Gabe
Yeah.
Irvin's versatility to this point. Is it his right knee or his left knee that's hurt? Which is unfortunate to say.
Yeah.
But yeah, outside of Ramir, it's just running backs.
Basic. And so I've always said one thing that Nebraska would need to enhance is really figuring out how to get their running backs into the game, to the passing game. For me, it's got to be about matchups. How and who can they get matched up with whatever a weak chain or weak link is in the secondary, and
Or
have
linebacker
accuracy,
core.
or a linebacker have accuracy to be able to hit those plays at important times, to move chains, stay above chains, move field position, all these different things that you hope would be able to do. And I think that's something that I definitely could see for a versatile back like Dylan Edwards.
Dylan Edwards out of the state of Kansas, I believe. It sounds like Kansas State or maybe Kansas in the portal as well, or pursuing Dylan Edwards out of the portal. So what we'll definitely see on that. Again, that's a big name entering the portal. And again, Strick, we talked a lot last offseason about Colorado, all the entries and all the departures for Coach Sanders. Looks like they're not changing that strategy again. Now there's a lot more big names leaving, but they brought a lot of big names in. So I guess some of this is to be expected. What does year 2 look like for Prime? Is it more of the same? Is it going to be any better? Like what's the blueprint?
Again, one of the areas that you have stability in, quarterback, which we know what quarterbacks can do for a team, for a university, and for a program. You have skill positions. That's where part of your strength were. Okay. You do have those returning. It's good to have stability at your skill positions. On the defensive side, some of your skill positions were field, but some of your weaknesses was in the trenches. So you were struggling there to maintain, to hold on, and vice versa on the offensive line, where you weren't given enough time for your skill position guys to be able to do something significant throughout and within games. So those are the things they needed to shore up, is the areas where there was huge links of weakness, so that their skill positions could have success. They have that secured. Skill positions are secured. So to me, it can look very much the same. You're going to probably have some highs and opportunities. You may start off good and quick, but then is it sustainable? Because can you get them to gel with this crazy turnover that you're continuously getting, because you don't really have those foundational pieces at the hierarchy to be able to kind of instill the character of the team within each other.
Well, in the building blocks right now, Shadur, Sanders, probably gone after next year, right? 2025 draft prospect at quarterback. And then Travis Hunter, probably also gone after this next season. What's back, right? Maybe in the day and age you can make it work, but it just seems so tenuous. Just Colorado's high school recruiting classes haven't
non-existent
been that special, I mean, if anything at all, really. So I don't know the next time after this year that Colorado's on Nebraska's schedule, but especially at the jump to the Big 12, you never want to see a program just become a doormat, right? So no, I'm not exactly rooting for Colorado, but man, to make that jump from the Pac-12 to the Big 12 and have no recruiting base and then to have to sell yourself, if this isn't the year for Colorado, they might be looking up from the bottom for quite a while.
They're in the right, I would say they're in the right conference to be able to make moves, especially with the exodus of two of their top competition. So I say it's important for that specific reason. Who's going to assert new dominance over the conference after the exodus of, what? Who came? The Arizona and
so it's Arizona State, Colorado, Utah.
So Arizona's coming off. Like they're gonna want to reestablish that, Utah teetering. They're gonna look. So you've got this small group between them, Baylor, TCU. They're all going to be vying for the domination, which would help control some of the recruiting bases that they're wanting to establish with the exit of like Oklahoma and Texas as well. So it's going to be interesting to see who's going to be able to assert that dominance and what methodology, coaching style, or recruiting style is going to be able to win over.
Right. Because there's a void there in the Big 12. Someone's going to have to step into it, and it remains to be seen who that is. We'll step aside 10 seconds for Station AD. Be back to wrap up the show in just a sec.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
All right, Jerky, we'll finish in the NBA here really quickly. 3 more games tonight. 2 of them in the West, 1 of them in the East. You look at the Suns, Timberwolves, Pacers, Bucks, and Mavericks, Clippers. Which game are you most likely to watch? Which game are you least likely to watch? Which one are you most interested in, least interested in tonight?
Start with the least. I'm least interested probably in the Bucks Pacers. Not for anything other than the fact I'm probably most excited because I think this matchup is significant. Plus, it's my favorite team that I played for against one of my teammates that I played with.
Right.
Type of deal. So that makes that one probably the most interesting. And then I'm looking to see the young buck continue to exert dominance and establishing himself as a premier talent to be able to shift some of this marketing weight towards, and that's Anthony Edwards.
All 3 of these series 1-0. Obviously, after game 1, the home teams won all 3 of them. Which road team needs this game 2 the most?
I would probably say the Pacers because you want to try to get out and get something before the possibility of Giannis returning, because then that whole scouting report's gonna switch. It's gonna change drastically. So I would say probably them. And the Mavs are capable of winning on the road, so I'm going to say it's not too overly important right now. But I still think they're going to want to play well regardless. And kind of 1B is the Suns. They don't want to go down 0-2 to the Timberwolves.
To me, I think Phoenix needs it the worst. Here's my rationale. Number 1, I think the Clippers and Mavs should be a pretty evenly matched series. Like the game plans between those 2 teams, I think that one's going to go for a while. So, if Clippers win 2, I think Dallas can hold serve at home as well. Pacers went 3-1 against the Bucks this year. I don't know what happened in game one. They went cold. Halliburton was just in a shell for some reason. I don't know if the moment was too big for him, but I think Indiana likes this matchup with Milwaukee, especially if Giannis is out. So I'm less worried about them. I am most worried about Phoenix for a couple reasons. And mostly off the court. Because think about Strick, Minnesota, Anthony Edwards, yapping at KD. That's fun.
Yeah.
You don't give a confident team any more confidence. That's dangerous. And think about just the discourse and the dialogue around Phoenix all year. If they go down 0-2 with that super team, we know KD's gotten distracted by outside noise before. Brad Beal, in and out of the lineup. Devin Booker can handle it, but he can't do it all on his own. The discourse around Phoenix might be too much for that team in this mental state to handle if they go down 0-2.
No question. And they've got nowhere to go.
No, they're
stuck. So that's what's going to make it even worse. If you're not able to do anything, and he's probably the sight of coming out of bad is not looking good.
No.
So they're the ones that's teetering on that. Mavericks still have room for improvement. I think Clippers are in that vein too. Like it's you got to make something happen now.
Right.
Otherwise, it's trouble.
6:30 tip-off in Minneapolis, 7:30 tip-off in Milwaukee, and then 9 o'clock tip-off in Los Angeles for those 3 games tonight. 3-on-3, Stricky, your low-budget movies that made a lot of money. That's your task for tomorrow. You got it?
Looking at him.
Cool. That'll be at 3 o'clock tomorrow. Hope to get Evan Bland to talk some Husker baseball after their midweek game with Kansas and weekend series win over Maryland. For Strick, I'm Austin. Don't go anywhere, though. I'll be back with you on Old School. We'll hear from Jay Foreman in a little bit, but I'll pilot you through the first hour. Thanks for listening to On the Block, brought to you by Nebco here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
School tells you all about the 4 seasons: spring, summer, and so on. And then there's a way we really tell what time of year it is. Sports seasons: football season, baseball season, or even off season. Well, what's the chocolate season? Well, it's now, of course. And now, and always. Whether you're looking for a caffeinated pick-me-up on the way to work, a little snack on the way home, or you need the perfect gift that's sure to be appreciated, it's time for the chocolate season, y'all. 40th and Old Cheney, or order ahead at thechocolatseason.com. See you there.
There's more time to save big at Bonzal Pool & Spa with their extended Double the Savings sales event. Now through April 30th, buyers can take advantage of up to $1,500 in savings when they purchase a new hot spring spa. Visit the Bonzal Pool & Spa showroom at 33rd and Pioneers or visit their website at www.bonzalpool.com to learn more about this hot sale.